Wow, awesome. Well,
Yay.
okay, guys, we are doing a live stream from Cape Town, South Africa. It's quite late at night. We wanted to do it a bit early, but we were out at dinner, having an amazing dinner actually. But we've got a big announcement, kind of. We are here for a while,
Yeah.
3 months. And we have moved in. This is going to be like a test for our relationship, hopefully a good one.
Yeah.
We've moved in together. We have an apartment for 3 months.
We've unpacked for the first time in 3 years for me, like 5 years for Louis.
I have an office space because
Yeah.
usually we have a hotel room and I just explode. I'm like charging camera batteries on top of Raya's head.
Basically, yeah.
And now we actually have our own space. How are you finding it?
So good. I was unpacked probably within 10 minutes of getting in here. I just wanted to, have everything hung up, and we got a NutriBullet so we can make smoothies in the morning, and I set up a desk as well. That I have this amazing view of the mountains. It's just, I think something that you don't really realize, but when you travel full time, there's all these decisions that you have to make every day. Like literally, you wake up and you're like, where do I go to get breakfast? And how do I find wherever I need to do? It's like all day, every day, you're making all these decisions, and to be able to be somewhere where my breakfast smoothie is in the freezer already, you know what I mean? Like everything's kind of set up for you, so you don't have to make all these little decisions, and you can just dream big and kind of work on bigger projects. I think that's what I'm most excited about for these 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How are you finding it?
I haven't settled yet. I'm looking forward to settling. I think one of the reasons I'm not settled, and I haven't told anyone online this yet, but I have to fly back to London tomorrow night. Really bad timing, but there's a really cool conference happening, and it was like either I miss the conference, well, there's 3 options. Either I stay in London for a week and I wouldn't have been in Cape Town now and I'd have just been waiting around, or I come out here, get settled in this place, see Raya, and then nip back to London for 3 days, or I would have had to miss the conference. So anyway, I'm going away for 3 days this week, then I'm back, and I think when I'm back I'll feel settled and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, we are kind of doing, I guess the best format I found for lives, but I'm willing to experiment, is doing a Q&A thing so we can respond live. I did a little tweet earlier just to get us going as usual, and then we can respond to people in the live chat. Hi guys.
Why Cape Town? Don't they have a water crisis?
do
Yes,
you want to talk about the water crisis?
Okay, so they do have a water crisis where sometime in the next kind of 3 months, basically, they might be shutting the water off because it's like the worst drought in history, basically. And when you're here, you have to be super, super conscious of that. So we literally are showering over a bucket. We're trying not to shower as often as we maybe used to at home. Some people at home shower like once or twice a day. I usually shower once a day, but I'm trying to do every other day. And even like with flushing, you have to be careful. So the water with the bucket, you have to flush the toilet with. It's all these, like in everything you do, you're trying to keep conscious of that. And so the water crisis is definitely real, and we're trying to do the best we can to kind of make as little impact as we can. And why Cape Town? 1, it's summer here right now. It's hot. It's beautiful and amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
2, Louis is currently working on editing the documentary.
Yep, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Beyond Borders.
And you want to set up a little team down here?
Yeah, we're just currently interviewing, setting up a team, a writer, someone to manage the team, a kind of producer, and like a head editor, potentially a couple of other editors. So it's coming together. JP's coming out in 2 weeks, I think he said. So it's going to be.
And also the Live the
time.
Adventure office is down here, so Louis has a bunch of employees and stuff. So it kind of makes sense to be here and kind of be next to the Live the Adventure team as it's growing. Try to get the Beyond Borders team set up down here and just enjoy. We have a ton of friends down here as well. Louis just hung out with Ben today, and there's a lot of amazing people that we're going to get to see and hang out with and be in the sunshine. And also Cape Town's an incredible city, so all those things basically.
Yeah, it's quite windy right now as well, guys. I don't know if you can hear. You might not be able to hear, but our house sounds like it's haunted because the wind's whistling through. We're quite high up. We're on the 5th floor of this block of flats, but I feel like the wind is just like trying to push through our building, and it's just like whistling in the background. So if you hear any weird whistling sounds in the background, That's what it is.
Any other questions?
Should we look on Twitter first?
Someone can, yeah, people can hear the wind. That's crazy. Oh yeah.
I can look on here maybe. Cool. That's a deep one.
Okay, go.
What's the biggest challenge? This is from Sarah. What's the biggest challenge we've faced whilst travelling?
It's not we have faced, it's like you face, so kind of an ongoing challenge.
Ongoing. Okay, yeah, you face whilst travelling. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, I think I might link it back to what I was just saying, but it is just like all day, every day running around. It's like, yeah, just making all these little decisions and you're not able to zoom out and dream big and plan kind of bigger things, specifically with how quickly we travel. Last year, a lot of times we traveled somewhere for like 2 or 3 days, and you literally get there, you can barely adjust the time difference, you don't really know where you are, and then you have to leave. So a lot of that kind of backed up. I feel like time just goes so quickly, you don't even know where it's gone, and you weren't able to like really achieve any of your goals. So found that quite tough.
And I think for me, one of the reasons why we are here for so long, as well as doing the documentary, I kind of need to be in one space. But I think it is the whole, yeah, exactly what you're saying, like feeling constantly kind of exhausted. And for me, when I'm just jumping from spot to spot to spot and traveling, like there's a lot of fun in that, but after a while, it's not like I don't appreciate it, but it just restricts other parts of your life. And it's like, I've always wanted to live in a space of freedom where I'm released to kind of live my dream and not just kind of have travel adventures, but kind of adventure life together as well now. And it's like, sometimes actually the freedom of, or the being so spontaneous, or often just the speed at which we travel, like it actually restricts us. So it kind of sounds weird to say, because travel and, you know, it resembles, generally it's more about freedom and getting to explore the world. But I think for me, where I'm at right now and where we're at, so I feel like a bit of routine and a space where we can relax and know, you know, that we can come back to as a little base is actually going to help me move on and actually get more build more things and feel more. I think after such a kind of unstable few months, especially with the world flight and the lack of sleep and the kind of constant kind of go, I think having a place to kind of gather myself mentally, emotionally, like it's going to be great, and I'm really excited about being here. And I think that ties into the questions. I think that has always been the struggle for me. Traveling is that's the struggle. It's not having a place to feel kind of like, okay, cool, I can get my head straight. But I have been kind of on the road for like almost 5 years, and this is going to be the longest period of time where I'm just going to be in one spot.
Someone asked if you're still going to be daily vlogging.
I'm not making any commitments to a schedule this year, other than I'm imagining it's going to be more like every other day. So far in January, it's been every other day. There may be periods where we're doing loads of really fun stuff and I'll be vlogging every day. But if it's just we're here and we're getting on with stuff and I'm doing the documentary stuff, like I think every other day is more kind of achievable.
So many questions coming in.
No, so much. What's our favourite spot in Cape Town?
I'm excited to find that out, because there's I feel like I've been here twice before for quite a long time each time, but still it's like the whole time goes by and I'm like, wait, I've barely seen it. So obviously the mountains are incredible, Table Mountain and Lion's Head and stuff. I really want to do a lot of hikes. I really love, is it called Kirstenbosch?
Yeah, Kirstenbosch.
Kirstenbosch. It's like this botanic gardens. It's so stunning. That's probably one of the most amazing places. And also there's this beach that is covered in penguins, which I don't know, it just kind of blows my mind to be on a beach and there's penguins everywhere. But I love penguins and they're so cute. So that was one of the coolest things when I saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think generally the other side of Table Mountain from where we are, so we're on the east, and then the west where we were just now for dinner, the whole coastline, that's where you see the best sunsets and
it's beaches.
Yeah, and it's literally beach, and then it's just Table Mountains there. like, you know. I think I prefer that side of the mountain. So there's loads of cool spots along there. It's just a bit more expensive to stay, and we're here for like quite a long time. So
well, and the Live the Adventure office is here. Nick and Ange live around here.
Everyone's around this side.
This is kind of like the more residential area. So, yeah. Where the questions go?
Sorry, someone said, "What's our fondest memory of one another or together?"
Oh wow.
I thought that's a nice question.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Where are we living?" I think we live in. I think this area is called Claremont.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're living.
Okay. Do you have a memory? That's. I mean, I feel like my mind's like. I think I don't know why, but what's that movie Inside Out? I can literally visualize like all these mini Rayas just going through all the files in my head right now, trying to find a memory.
Let's limit it to last year. I think last year my favourite time together, therefore probably my favourite memories thinking back, was our time in Greece and Corfu, because I think it's rare that we get to switch off, and I really felt like we switched off in Corfu, and that was just so nice, and I just remember it being like good quality time together.
But I was gonna say the Maldives. It wasn't last year; it was the year before. But it was the same thing as well. For both of us being able to not film, we actually like fully turn our phones off, no looking at laptops, nothing for a couple days. We were only really able to do it, I guess, once a year, but we should definitely try to do it more than that, because I feel like our relationship like jumps up a level whenever we do something like that. So the Maldives and Corfu were both those kinds of experiences, and yeah, it just like to get rid of all distractions and to just have amazing deep chats and just like long dinners and all that stuff is it's the best.
Someone said tips for long distance relationships, and how do we and also set another question but similar, how do we keep such a strong relationship going whilst travelling?
Well, okay, second question first. We've never not traveled together, which is actually what's interesting about this is our first time ever living together, so this is like kind of a big relationship test for us. Most people it's the other way around, where like traveling together is a relationship test, but so yeah, I don't know how to answer that second question, but the first one, tips on long distance relationships. Definitely number one is to have an idea of when you're going to see each other next, because I think if we were to say goodbye and be like, okay, I don't know when I'll see you again, I don't really know how that would work.
Yeah.
But to be like, even if it's like a year from now or 6, like even if it's a long time. No, not for us. But for some people, they do have to go really long times without seeing each other. But even if it's a long period of time, to know that it's coming is, I think, makes it like tangible, and it means that every day you're able to, like, I love countdowns, and there's been times when I've like written out countdowns for stuff. So I don't know, to be able to know that the days are ticking off and you're getting closer and it's happening, and just to have that day is super important. And then also communication is key, and everyone communicates differently, and it took us a while to figure out like a way for us that worked well for both people. But so some people it's like FaceTime, do you want to text all day, whatever it is for both people, make sure that both people are happy and feel like they're getting to communicate enough and that like they're being valued.
And I think if you really long distance, if you really trust each other as well, it helps. I can't imagine if you were in like a jealous relationship.
Yeah.
Trying to do long distance would be impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna answer one. There's so many flying in. Wait, what was that about having animals? Do you want any animals ever? Dog, cat, iguana? Well, I actually once did have a pet iguana, and they are, no offence, but they are terrible pets.
Why?
They're just very, like, my iguana wasn't very friendly, and then also, like, they just sit there, like, kind of, you know, I'm guessing any reptiles are like this, just not very emotional, zero emotion, just like, it's basically like having a pet rock. And then there's just like, it's not like having like an expressive, like, kitten, cat, dog, you know, I've never had a dog, but that's, at some point in the future, probably what I imagine us having is a puppy, which will then become a dog, as a member of our family.
Yeah.
How do you deal with jet lag? I don't. It's getting worse for me. I was having a discussion with someone today, who also travels a lot, and he was like, yeah, when you, as you're getting older, your body becomes less capable of jumping time zones. And I think as well, with the lack of sleep I often punish my body with, not punish, but like inflict on myself. I think I struggle. Like I'm still, even though I've been here like 5 days, I've not even adjusted, even traveling with a 2-hour time zone. So I don't know what advice. I'll just say, just be aware that there's a high chance as you age and you're traveling more and more and more, your body might start being like, hold up, which is kind of what mine's doing. Someone said they just joined. What are we talking about? Okay, little update. I don't know how much longer we're going to stay on. We've been going 17 minutes already. It's so easy to do long live streams.
Yeah, it just goes so fast.
I think we'll try and do half an hour, which gives us a bit longer.
Okay.
We are talking about the fact that we've moved to Cape Town together. We're going to be here for 3 months, which is a really big deal for us. We're going to be most of that time in this apartment. We'll probably do like an apartment tour on one of my vlogs soon, but I don't want to like start showing you guys around now. Like it's a bit messy. My fault. Actually, on that point, we realised on the first day that because I am slightly more disorganised, or for me, I just like keep my things a bit more chaotically, but I know where everything is. But Raya, obviously, and most people kind of like things a bit more, neat.
Yeah.
Is that if I can keep all my stuff contained in one room, which is like the office, it's actually our spare room, then it's going to save us a lot of aggro.
I think it would save our relationship. I don't think we could really live together without you having a space to just explode with all your things, because I feel super stressed out and on edge when everything's everywhere. I kind of need everything to be in its place. So if you have a room where you can do whatever you want. How do you survive
when we travel normally? Like,
I think when we're only somewhere for like a day or two, I'm able to kind of look past it, because it's just everything's crazy anyway, and it's not, I don't see the hotel room as like, oh, I get to just relax here because everything's so crazy. But to me, this is like my sanctuary, and I'm able to just relax. And yeah, so if you kind of keep your things contained, then it means that we can be happy.
Oh, someone called Burping Bob has asked, how do we get the funds for travel? Well, okay, look, we are now both in a very privileged position where we can earn from making YouTube videos, doing Instagram, whatever, social media. It's a dream job. I feel very privileged and thankful that we're in this position. But listen up, guys. You don't have to be doing what we're doing to be able to travel like we're traveling.
Both of us traveled a lot before we started this job.
So I started traveling actually back when I had pretty much zero money.
Same, yeah.
Luckily I had a lot of other friends that wanted to travel, and living in Europe, even in the UK, like being able to travel and do road trips with friends is extremely cheap. And we were even like sleeping in the vehicle. So for me, it's like, how desperately do you want to travel, and can you adjust your kind of comfort level down? You could go camping, like I said, road trips. You don't need to be staying in swanky hotels, and you don't need to be even flying places. And even if you do want to fly places, for instance, the trip I was just talking about earlier, trip to Corfu, which is one of my nicest memories of us last year, was a last minute flight that we found on the day, and it was 60 quid.
Yeah, we actually didn't know where we wanted to go, and we were like, let's just see where there's cheap flights from London, and yeah, it was £60 return, I think, to go to Corfu, and that's literally why we chose it, and ended up being an incredible destination. So. And
I'm sure like you guys could work like a pretty standard job and save 60 quid for a flight, take a tent, like the amount of like I don't do it so much in my vlogs now, but before I was vlogging, I would like fly to Ibiza and live on the beach with no money. Now, just
okay. Let me give advice as a girl over here. I have never like slept on the street or in a park or anything like that, like Louis has.
That's how much I love travel.
For example, I don't think I ever even stayed in a hotel before I started traveling with Louis. So, and I used to travel all the time, and the way I did that was staying in hostels in Europe, specifically staying with friends. So when I was like 15, I went to Jamaica, and I met a girl, she was my friend, who lived in Jamaica, and she was going home for spring break, and I was like, can I come back with you and just hang out with you. And so it was like the flight was basically my only expense because I was staying with her. Her parents were feeding me. So I wanted to travel so bad that I was just on the constant lookout for any opportunity that I could find. And I would just like visit friends and go with like family members to different places. So I definitely kept an eye out for all of that. And also, if travel is a priority for you, you can make it happen. And you kind of don't realize how much money you spend just on everyday life, but literally like a Starbucks coffee is like what, $4 or $5. If you are used to getting Starbucks every day, that is so much money that adds up. And yeah, there's so many little things like that. Drinking, I don't drink, and a big reason is why, because when I was in college, my friends who would drink would spend so much money, and I'm like, I just want to save all that money and go traveling, to be honest. And I did. And yeah, there's so many ways to save money.
Oh, there were some good questions. I just forgot what they said. A few people are asking again why we're in Cape Town specifically. What's your biggest pet peeves? Look, Cape Town is already, before like the other reasons I'm about to explain, but for me Cape Town is in my top, I'd say it's in my top 2 favourite cities, actually 3. So I'd say London in the summer, I'd say Cape Town in the summer and other times of year, it's just amazing. And I'd say Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. But yeah, so firstly, one of my favourite cities. Secondly, we've got a bunch of friends out here. Thirdly, I have my Live the Adventure office out here. We've got a team. And also and because of those reasons, I thought this would be a great spot to assemble a team to do the Beyond Borders documentary. It's beautiful weather right now. Being in Europe, even being over in LA right now, the sun's setting at like 5:30. Here the sun sets at like 8 p.m. So lots of different reasons. So yeah. Burping Bob's asked another question.
It was not really a question.
Okay, Burping Bob, thanks.
We have to answer that other question.
Yes, from Norway, Sonda B says,
what are your biggest pet peeves?
Biggest pet peeves with each other or in general?
Maybe let's just do in general.
Let's do in general. We don't want to open up a can of worms. I would say biggest pet peeves in general.
Okay, one of mine is when people are really loud in public and aren't aware or don't really seem to care about the people around them. So I don't know if you've ever experienced like someone getting on a bus and playing music off their phone just loudly, and everyone's just like, whoa, I don't know what's happening. So that's one of mine. And people kind of like don't respect other people's like private space, and I don't know, just respect people in general.
I think one of mine, and I know this isn't people's fault, but is like really loud snoring. If I'm in a room with someone that's just like snoring away, it really gets to me. But then I found the magic of earplugs, and it's changed my life. It's probably saved a few of my friendships as well. The other day I was on a plane, and before we even took off, a guy was leaning back and just was snoring so loud. Everyone in the plane was staring at him. Like someone was trying to kick his seat and everything. It was just like so bad.
I'm sure there's a lot more, but...
Someone asked a question that I just remember from further up.
Yeah.
Was how do you deal with having a limited wardrobe whilst travelling?
Dresses are a huge help. If you guys have noticed, I pretty much only wear dresses, which take up less space because it's like a whole outfit in one. And I guess just making sure that I bring in a couple of new things. Like usually once a month or every 2 months I'll get a couple of new pieces in just to kind of keep it exciting. But yeah, I don't know, I don't really ever feel that bored in my clothes, especially the good thing about living out of a carry-on is that you have very few clothing, and what that means is you kind of can only have your favorite pieces, so you end up just being happy with a lot of the stuff that you have.
And I've never really cared much about what clothes
he literally has one pair of jeans and like 3 shirts. So.
Yeah, when I pack, I'm literally like this, right, got my cameras, got the drones, got all the the tripods, the batteries, and I'm packed. I'm like, pretty much done. Oh yeah, clothes, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like, 5 pairs of socks, couple of pairs of
Recently,
underwear.
he's had his huge bag only full of electronics, and then like a little carrier bag, like a plastic bag from Walmart or something, that has his 3 shirts in it. And he's
True
like, "That's my
story.
clothes."
Yeah, I'll have 3 vest tops, a t-shirt.
Yeah.
This is my only t-shirt.
Yeah. And you don't have any like button-up shirts.
I've got
right
one
now.
pair of jeans.
Yeah.
I've got 1 pair of shorts, swimming trunks. Literally, my clothes could
Yeah.
fit in a bag this big.
Yeah.
Granted, I do have a few clothes at my parents' house, like a suit and snowboarding gear. But anyway, I wonder what travelling, if I was really into fashion, would be like. I don't know.
I don't know. We're almost done. 27 minutes.
What's one thing you love most about each other?
Oh.
Oh, thank you, Renida.
I would say like Renita. Maybe?
Renita?
Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I love. Oh, one thing. I think I love how like kind-hearted you are, and I think it's a rare thing. I think you're just incredibly kind. The way you see others and treat people, and just in the way you live your life, it's very kind.
Thank you. And I was kind of going to say the same thing, but my favorite thing about Louis by far is just his heart is like just so big. And for everyone and everything, I used to say this even like before I met you, that kind of my dream guy would be someone who's like a strong man that I feel safe with, but would also, when they see a puppy, they just melt. And I feel like that's you.
That's true.
You just have a huge heart, and you want to like help everyone and love everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think we're 28 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. We're going to try and wrap this up at half an hour. I'm literally, with live streams, could probably
I know,
keep going for like an hour,
going.
2 hours. But let's try and not keep you guys up all night. A few people are asking about JP. Like I said earlier, if you missed it, JP's coming down to Cape Town, I think, hopefully in 2 weeks. We've had a bit of a break since ending the world flight. I've needed just to recalibrate, and I'm sure he has too. It was an amazing feat. We're both just super happy and proud that we managed to achieve it. But I think it was definitely, we needed a few months just to rest and get excited about digging back in with the documentary. So he's going to come over. We're going to brainstorm together and help compile this, what I believe is going to be an amazing documentary to then kind of get out to you guys and hopefully get bigger than my current audience and JP's current audience and get it out there for the masses. So for those of you that supported us with it all, thank you so much for the continuing support. We're both super pleased with how it all went so far. Someone said Jack's Gap can help you. Jack Harries is actually going to be helping. He was one of the executive producers that has opted to come and help us, like, kind of finish up the movie and compile it, put it together. He's even said, I'm not, like, this isn't confirmed, but he's even said he might come down to Cape Town, so it'll be fun to get Jack down there.
Someone said, in which country was your first kiss? Do you know? Do you remember?
Oh, in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. In America.
It's a city, but yeah.
Yeah, in the US.
Let's do one more question.
Yeah, one more question, guys. We only read one off the tweets. Should I go back to those?
Okay, maybe. Oh, there's just so many coming
So
in.
many,
Thank you guys so
many.
much for writing in.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, and there's so many here. I feel like we need to just do a lot more of these.
Yeah. There's so many. Do you want to choose one?
Something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Do you want to read it?
What is the hardest part about documenting your relationship on a global platform? If you could go back in time, would you change anything about how you've done things?
I rarely regret stuff to the point where I'd go back and change it, because I think often, even if there's tough things you go through, you learn from those, and if you hadn't gone through them, maybe you wouldn't learn from stuff.
Yeah.
So for instance, maybe the fact that I was quite adamant to be vlogging every single day until late into the evening every single night probably was harmful to our relationship.
I think it slowed down us getting to know each other and get closer and stuff.
But I think I wouldn't have known that until it had been happening, and then we'd have talked about it, and you might have not even known that, like, oh, actually this is a big deal, like we need to find the right boundaries, and we're still kind of constantly in that kind of place of figuring out, you know, when to share, how much to share, and how much our lives should revolve around my vlogging and YouTube channel. And it's definitely shifted away from it being, for me, one of the primary things I'm always thinking about, to now I want to think beyond YouTube, and our relationship's a lot more important than my vlogging. And I think when we started, it honestly was like more on level with like, this is such a part of who I am that if you can cope with it, then like we couldn't be together, kind of thing. And I think it's shifted now that like I'm quite open to imagining a different future, although I still love vlogging and still love making videos.
Also, this isn't like I'm making him not vlog or anything like that at all. No.
I actually personally think, and a lot of other vloggers have talked about this, daily vloggers, that daily vlogging can be incredibly toxic and damaging to a relationship. And I think it's not about like, therefore do not daily vlog, but I just think it's about getting a balance, getting priorities right, taking days off.
To be honest, you can still even daily vlog, but if you like daily vlog only till 5 every day or something, and then just have the evenings together, that it's just hard when Louis's been so used to literally from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep.
I used to sign off every vlog in bed.
Yeah.
Like,
so it felt for a long time like there was just a third person in the relationship, and like any experience that we had together we were sharing with someone, which on one hand was amazing, and I make videos as well, so I love sharing everything with you guys, but on the other hand sometimes you need to be alone, and you need to be like sharing things to the two of you and growing as a couple.
And it's getting better, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Cool. I think my one, just super quick, is that the daily vlogs are on his channel, which I find very difficult. So with my videos, I'm super confident and happy with the videos that I put out. But with his videos, when someone else is filming you, you might not like look your best, feel your best, and that kind of stuff. And to be on camera always on someone else's channel where the audience doesn't know you, that's huge for me, because even though I'm on his videos all the time, I feel like there's a lot of new viewers all the time, and also
people that have subscribed to you have subscribed to you.
Yeah.
Other people that are watching my videos haven't like subscribed to you. Totally. So I'm even aware and feel super defensive. Like, although I hope that most of you guys accept Raya and are kind to her, there's always people that attack you. Like in every video that I upload, there's someone being mean to Raya. Like even if it's just one person, but that gets to you. Yeah. And that I've noticed affects the way you behave on any of my vlogs, because you know there's always like one or two people out there that are just...
I feel like there's like a bully on the other side of the camera, and so when Louis shows the camera to me, it's like there's a bully like in my face, and I'm just like, no, I don't. I'm so nervous about how I'm going to be in front of you because I don't want to get picked on, but I know that it's a tiny minority, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys that are really, really kind to me, and honestly, thank you so much. From the very beginning, so many of you have been like so kind to me, and you were the reason why I started a channel, because so many people were so loving that I wanted to like be a part of this community. But yeah, I think that's definitely a struggle, and it's something just to work through.
And I think we were even saying this tonight, we met some friends for dinner, that like you as a viewer and us as viewers of other people, you often forget that there's real people that when you comment, like you might not even think we read comments, but we do. Yeah. And like that's a real person. It's not a fictional thing. So you might say something,
a TV show.
Not realizing how hurtful that could be. You kind of need to put yourself in the other people's shoes. Imagine, even though you're a complete stranger, having someone judge you or say something mean or just like, you know, it's I've toughened up. Like I've had to toughen up over the years, but I definitely struggle when people I love are getting attacked, and I'm just like, like.
The biggest thing is, would you say what you're writing to that person's face? And most people that write mean things wouldn't, because when they see you as a person and you're a human in front of them, they just, I can't believe that people would say those things. But yeah, it feels like so detached when it's online, and it feels almost like a TV show. But yeah, it's just important to remember that everyone you watch on YouTube is real, and they're vulnerable and opening their lives to you, and it's something to be grateful for as a viewer, that I'm grateful for all the YouTubers I watch as well. And yeah, just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. So in general, just be nice, guys, when you're commenting. It means a lot, and it makes people's day. Like the amount of YouTubers I know, and it literally makes their day if there's.
My comments are the reason I keep creating videos. Like the comments that I get on my videos keep me going, and every time I upload a video, that's the first thing. I'm like refreshing the comments and reading them and replying, and yeah, they mean a lot to the YouTuber. So cool.
Right, I think we're going to wrap up, guys. One thing I'm seeing pop up a lot is, are we going to do some kind of meet up in Cape Town?
Yes, I'd love to.
Guys, quickly before we wrap up, can you just comment in the comment stream what we should do as a meet up? Because I don't really just want to meet up in a random location and take selfies, although I'm happy to take selfies, but let's do something like, should it be like a picnic in Kirstenbosch, or go to the beach together, or go hike? Oh, a hike would be cool. Yeah. So let us know if you're from Cape Town, or if you are not from Cape Town but like the idea of us doing more meetups around the world. Like what kind of stuff? Signal Hill?
And tell us what you think of, instead of just like a meetup, like, oh, let's come and I'll take selfies. I feel like I like the idea of us having meetups where we just do something fun together.
Bonfire on the beach, hike up Mount Lion's Head, hiking. Lots of people are saying hiking.
I think hiking could be really fun.
Beach party. Cool. Okay, we'll look for those, guys. There's lots flying in. Great. I think we're wrapped for the night, and we'll see you next weekend. Maybe we should do another joint live stream.
This is really fun.
I enjoy it. Yeah. I can keep going. It's been 40 minutes now.
I know, it's crazy.
Sweet. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and have an amazing week.
Yeah.
And as always, peace out, enjoy life, and live the adventure. Boom.